is everyone fucking calling me now?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. No worries, we'll just load the version 2 and then we'll slot in again. And then we'll put it up as broken so it won't happen again.
All my friends are calling me to go out now. It's fucking unbelievable.
Only your new friends are more important.
Yeah, squads are a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do like 2 squads equals 1 instructor, or...
And maybe we can take like 2 Humvees, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be done. Alright, everybody is in. We will do Bertrand if you move down to 1-1 Delta. We'll have it 1-1 Alpha and Charlie are together in 2 Humvees, and then Bravo and Delta.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Alright, taking us to map. Right, everybody is in map now. I'll be taking us in. Remember to safety your weapons when we come in. Right, is everybody synced in?
No.
Alright. Still do the introductions while we sync in here. Alright, welcome to the RTO course, which is expected to take approximately 90 minutes, depending on how willing you are to learn and how many questions you have. I hope for a lot of questions, always good to answer them. Today I have 2 instructors that are in right now. I have Wingless here behind me, and I have Enix.
The one that's waving.
Yep, here in the middle. They're both here to assist me in the execution of the course and the practical later on. Okay. Who do we have here? Killing Guy.
Yes.
Why are you here?
Because I want to learn about RTOing, improve my radio skills.
Yep.
And become a bit more competent.
That's good. That is the purpose of this, of course, is to get you more confident with the radios, get you more confident in the roles of an RTO, the messages that he should receive and transmit, and various tasks that he can be put up to. What do we have here? Bertrand. What is your perception of an RTO?
A link between command.
In terms of what?
He links up the squads with command, so yeah, the command knows what's going on.
Yep, he is attached to the platoon leader, with the equipment of a more powerful radio than the inter-squad communications, for example the 148, and he is able to take in messages and require some things of the squad leaders that a platoon leader might be too busy in the moment to receive. So his job is to listen to the radio at all times, make sure that the platoon leader gets the required messages that he needs from his squad leaders, write down the different things that the squad leader say. For example, if a squad is moving into position and the platoon leader is busy doing something, you are the guy that writes it down, and when the platoon leader says, "Oh, I have to ask 1-1 where they are," then you say, "I already got it, I know where they are." So you're his extra ears and an extension to the platoon. So you're basically there to assist him. Alright. So, what do we have here? Mint. What are some of the jobs that an RTO can do, or should do?
Report contacts, report location. Report casualties and ammo.
Yep, if we start down with the lowest form of an RTO in a squad, and that is if we're talking older missions, then for example Kingsless 80s missions, they have a separate signalier. He would be the first link to the signalier to the platoon leader. He will be assisting his squad leader in sending messages that the platoon leader can't. If we take it a notch higher up, the platoon leader RTO, he assists the platoon leader in receiving and transmitting the messages that is required of him. If we have more platoons, like a company commander will have an RTO, which talks to the RTOs of the platoons, and they are then a link from the command section to the platoons. So you can see that the higher you go up, the more important it is to get these messages out correct in a very precise manner that is understandable right away, so that if a company commander gets a message from his RTO and he doesn't understand it, it's gibberish that he gets, so he doesn't have to pull it all the way down from company to platoon to a squad and then all the way back up again. So this is basically what the RTO is there for, to make precise and very clear messages on what is asked for him. Yep. In if you've all been on the primary, of course, when you're in there, a lot of platoon leaders will say that, "Oh, I don't need an RTO." In some cases that can be done, but it's always wise to have an RTO with you. A very good RTO is very helpful. He can take a lot of the load of the platoon leader, and therefore giving the platoon leader his task, which is to lead the platoon. Alright. What kind of radios do we have that we can use? Yep.
343.
117, Foxtrot.
Yep. 343 is a more of a inter-squad communication, so that will not be a very vital point for an RTO. But yes, the 119 and 1117F is probably going to be the primary radio for the RTO, and then platoon leaders and squad leaders, of course, have the 148 or the 152. And this enables the RTO to receive better communications from the platoon. A platoon leader might not be able to reach his platoon, but you can. That's why it's important for the RTO to listen on the radio what's being said, and not just have his radio all the way turned down because he's just an RTO. So in effect, to be a very good RTO, you have to master the communications and the radio, and know its limitations for one, and its functions that it can use. We're going to be going over the radios, all the functions they can do, and and then we're going to take it from there. The first radio we're going to do is the 148. I want you to have a knowledge of it, if it's not sure that everybody has had it. So we're going to be going into a bit more depth, what you can do with it, and then we're going to continue up the radio ladder, and we'll take the 119 and 1117F and so on. So if everybody goes to the crates, grab a 148.
Should be in the small green crates.
Yeah. At the same time, you can grab a 119 as well, because that is the radio we will be jumping over to straight away.
There are no 4s in this.
Yeah, they are in the grey crate. Excuse me.
Yeah, the big grey here, all the way down the line, there's 148s and 119.
Lie to us.
Uh, 117 or 159?
148.
148 and 119. You have the radios, just line up in the banana again.
That's weird, I don't see any 119s in here.
Just
Yeah, I'm
scroll
not
down.
seeing
Space
Look like
there,
a
but the
backpack.
grey crate.
Kirby,
Oh, copy.
Yep.
is it alright if you drop
The second one.
148?
Yeah, you can pack it in the backpack.
Oh, well, okay. Backpack.
I think 119s are all taken.
You're hot micing.
Oh my.
They're in the green crates as well.
There are more crates along down to the south as well, if anybody needs.
I really need to rebind my change radio key.
If you want to rebind it, you have to go outside the game, and there is a acre text file somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. You'll have to go in there and change it manually.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an Arma 2 operational Arrowhead.
Yep, yeah, I know where it's at. I just haven't done it yet. I did it before, then I reloaded my OS, and I haven't done it since.
Is the 119 the old school one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's old school.
Yes.
Back when I was in NAM.
Can't find any 119 anywhere.
I'll
Did you
drop
say
mine.
159?
No,
Here,
one,
I'll drop mine.
19.
Alright, thanks.
It's 119, not 159.
There you go.
It'll just be PRC-119.
Oh, we're not doing the 148.
Oh, we are, yeah. Both.
Oh, okay, I see.
Walker.
Alright, is everybody good?
No, I can't find 148.
It's in the big gray one on the corner. There's
Oh, okay.
one.
Yeah, on the left
They're at the bottom.
This one over here, yeah.
They're all the way at the bottom. Well, not all the way, but close enough.
If you click on your short range radio, you'll skip down to the part where the 148 is. The one that's already in your inventory.
I think the
That's actually a
159
really good
and the
idea.
199 is the
Yeah,
same.
I have one.
At least they look the same.
Alright, everybody has a radio now. Okay, first we're just going to talk about the radio settings before going into them. Everybody is familiar with the radio specialization, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. And for anybody who may not know it, it's the setting on which ear the radio goes on. By doing that, you select the radio, and press Control Shift left or right. And by that way you can have radios in each ear, so they come out in different ears. I personally, when I was in RTO, I always had my 343 on my left ear and my 1117F on my right ear. So I always knew where these messages came from. If I had two radios, the Danish version of a 148, it's the new radio right now is 152 in the Danish army, I would have the smallest radio still on the left ear and the biggest radio on the right ear. That's a way I can remember this too.
Can I chime in with something?
Say again?
Can I just chime in with something real quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference between the 148 and the 152 is that the 152 is uses satellite, I believe. So it'll basically just don't like if you try to send traffic with the 148 and the recipient is on a other side of, for example, a mountain, it won't get through. But with the 152, it's easier and you can transmit traffic even through like large structures, like a mountain.
Yep, and the 152 can be encrypted in real life as well, so you can't listen in on a normal VHF. Okay, we're gonna bring up the first radio, cycle through with Control Shift S until you reach the 148 VHF. And from there on, it will be Control Shift X to bring it up, to have it up there. I don't think that nobody has ever tried to pull a radio up before, but just so everybody's in on it. Alright, we have on the top of it the two knobs, volume and channel, where you can independently change the volume up and down, or the channel up and down. On the 148, there is a number of 100 preset channels on the radio, and you can just scroll them all up and down and see which frequencies there are on them. That part is not the hardest. You will be told which channel to be on, and then you will just shift over to it. It will normally be 1, 2, 3, or 4 in most missions here. Okay, what options do you have on this radio if, for example, you're doing a TVT and the enemy has your radio? Would it help to go on the net and just say switch 10 channels up?
No.
Nope.
Well,
What
I think
possibly.
that depends on the mission, I think, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Channel preset.
But what option does a platoon commander or acting commander have to make an adjustment to this?
You can set manual
Code words.
frequencies.
Adjust frequency.
Exactly. Give a new frequency. Is there anybody who knows how to do this?
I've done it.
Nope.
Not really. Vaguely.
Alright. That's good. That's why we're doing this, just to get all the radios through and learn what we can. Alright, the first thing you do is press mode. Then you will see 00001 channel, and then the frequency. From there on, you can change that frequency on channel 1. You will do that by taking the up and down arrow, then the first number will change. If everybody sets the first to 3, then you press the one that says GR. That makes you go to the next number, then you can change that up, and continue doing that all the way down the line. So if I want to put 333000, everybody try and do that. When they have done that, the only thing you have to do is press enter, and now the first channel has been switched to that frequency you have just loaded in. Can anybody hear me on this net?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
All the times that this has been required in a mission, there has always been at least 2 who says, I don't know how to do this. But that's when you slot in as an RTO, that is going to be one of your main jobs, to keep track of the radios and know how they work. There's no reason to slot in as an RTO if you basically don't know what to do. I'm not saying that if you can't switch the frequency you shouldn't slot as RTO. But that is one of the jobs that that he should be able to do, and also help others if they can't do it. All right. There is a few more options. If we want to the new frequency we just set, we want to be able to reach as far as possible. What can we do then?
Increase
Change power.
transmit power.
Yeah.
Yep. Change the power. That's 2 times mode. Then you come in where it says current and new, and it should be set to 100 right now. Then there will be intervals going all the way up to 5,000. Is this a good or a bad thing to have it all the way up on 5,000?
Good. Arguable.
No,
Yeah, yeah. One of the things. There's a
Arguable?
loaded
Yep.
question.
What is the good things about it?
Longer
Longer
range.
range.
Communication.
Longer range of communication. Is that a good thing as an RTO?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. What is the downsides of it?
Possible
Interference.
enemy
The
Battery
enemy
power.
can hear you further.
Yep. Your own signal gets transmitted a longer way as well, so a possible enemy could hear it from very far away. But this is a thing you have to deal with yourself as an RTO, because it's important that you are the person that can reach all signals from the whole platoon, if you're a platoon RTO. If you're a company RTO, you have to reach maybe even further. So this has to be a on-the-ground decision by the RTO on what output he has to set his radio. If we're working in a small platoon where we won't be more than probably 500 to 1,000 meters away from each other, it's maybe not needed to put it up to 5,000. But you have the option to do so, so you won't miss any signals if that should be. Okay. Any questions to the 148 at this moment? Yep.
Yeah, is there like a rule on how far the transmissions get increased if you increase the power? Like how many meters you can transmit further?
I know the minimum and maximum for this one. If you put it to 5,000, it's a thumb rule that you can reach up to 5,000 meters. So approximately 5,000 in a line of sight. But what are the things that can hinder a signal as well in armor and real life?
Mountain.
Hills, trees.
Yes.
Objects.
Objects, yes. You could be standing on the other side of a hangar just to paint it out, and the other guy on the other side, and you wouldn't be able to reach each other. Of course you would in a hangar, but take it to a mountain as well. If you look down to the south, if one is on the base and another guy is on the base of the other side to the south, you probably wouldn't reach him if you had it set to like 100, 200, 500. Then you would need to increase your power, then you might be able to reach him. But also because of the terrain features, you have to keep in mind that you may be not getting all the signals.
Are the radios implemented in a realistic way? Like if your power is set to 100 and the person sending traffic is 5,000, and you're 3 clicks away, you'll hear them, but they won't hear you. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And that can be very frustrating, especially if you don't take into account that you haven't changed your setting and you're just cursing away saying, why can't he hear me? And why won't he respond to me and everything? And then the only thing you had to do was maybe turn up your output. So this is also a variable you have to decide when you slot in as an RTO. Okay, any further questions for the 148?
Yes, I have a question.
Yep.
Is there a decimal point when you're programming a new frequency?
Yes, there is. Right now, because we set it to 353.000, there won't be a decimal point. But if you maybe take it up to channel 2, you can see it's 037.772. But when you put in the new frequency that requires a decimal point, it will automatically generate it for you. So it's not like you have to put a decimal in it.
I see, but we set it to 333.000. There's no decimal point.
No, not in that. In speaking of radio terms, it will just be shown as 333.
Does the alt button do nothing on that radio?
The alt button.
underneath
Yeah,
the
down to the
arrow,
left.
arrow down.
Oh.
No, it does
no,
nothing.
it doesn't. Okay. So, any further questions on the 148?
I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yep.
Not really about 148, but I just came in because I've updated. What's the other radio to get?
Alright, get the 148 and the 119.
119, Roger.
Yeah.
Where is that?
They should be in the crates over here. Wingness, can you help him
Yeah,
check?
I'll help him. It's in the large grey crate with 148. Just
I got
press
the launch
your
one.
Yeah, I think I got the
short
wrong
range
one.
radio,
You got
and
the wrong
you
one.
bump down to the area where the 148
Yeah.
is, and just scroll up until you find a 119.
So 119, not
Wait,
117.
119?
Alright.
The
For,
grey crate.
the rest of us here, if we don't have further questions, cycle through until you
Hold on,
reach
the,
the 119,
148 is only in the
and then open it up.
Not sure of this one.
large grey.
Now you should have a blob that fills your whole screen nearly.
Yeah.
This is of a older layout than the next radio we're going to be working with, the
Yeah, I'm not
117.
seeing a 119.
But what
Alright,
is
just scroll
common
down.
for all these radios that we're working with right now?
so you find it. It's
They operate on the same PC channels.
but this crate is empty.
Yes,
it should be some of the
exactly.
small grey ones.
So if you have a 1117 and a 148, the presets will be the same.
ERC 119?
No, these are
So you
empty.
wouldn't be
Come
able,
over here.
you
Should
wouldn't
be over here.
need to switch around on the frequencies as we just tried before. They would just be on the presets. This radio is
one
a
right
little
here.
bit different. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
should
100
have.
channels.
No,
It actually
doesn't.
has 7. Why does it have 7?
But this
Manual channel.
Exactly. You have the option to set it down to manual and punch in the numbers yourself what you want on
this
it.
one does.
But if you, as an RTO, have to keep an eye on 6 nets, that's probably going to be impossible. So that is
Oh,
not a
roger
job
that.
that is
Thanks.
required for you.
Prob.
But yep, to go on the basic layout of the radios, on the left side on the top we have channel, manual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which are already preset to the 6 first frequencies. Just on the bottom left of it, we have a switch more where it says low, M, high, and PA. It is set to medium when you turn it on. You don't have the option to go in and say I want to set it to 2500. There's only low, medium, and high. So this is something you would have to know or work a little bit with if you have this radio as an RTO. Then finally, there's the last one, PA. Does anybody know what that stands for?
Isn't it
When you're in a
power
vehicle.
assisted?
Address system.
Power
Yeah.
amplified.
Exactly.
Power
Used in
amplified.
Humvees.
And
Does it actually work?
second.
Does it work? Because I remember hearing a long ago that it was broken. There was no point in using it.
Yeah, we have the vehicle racks now, when you can access cars. So the only one you will be using on this is low, medium, or high. Okay, on the right side of the numpad, you have a volume that you, with your mouse left and right, can adjust up and down. Then you have WHSP, which is whisper. Does anybody know what the whisper is?
Very quiet.
Say again?
Just quiet voice, is that it?
I'm not
What, it's a
actually.
vol- it's
I'm
a
not actually
volume
sure.
wheel.
Yeah, but I'm not actually sure if it simulates it in Arma. I'll try and see if I can get an answer for it by the end of the class. But in real life, when you set it to whisper, it's a function that you will be able to whisper into the microphone, and the sound would come out amplified on the other side. So it's a support function for you if you go into places where you have to be more quiet. Then you can whisper into the radio, and then it would be amplified to the receiver.
So
Hang
is the
on.
volume for the sound that goes in rather than comes out?
Why have they put
No,
something
sorry,
to do?
in, but the same would apply to the whisper. Say again?
What? Why have they put something to do with your transmitting volume on a wheel to do with your receiving volume?
Americans, that's all I gotta say, man. I'm one, and we're
No,
kind
because
of
what if
late.
I wanted to whisper into the microphone, but I didn't want it to be quiet coming out from it? I know this is simulated in ARM with the whisper like chat thing, but is that I guess that's just Acre being a bit not, you know.
Well, but
No,
it would
but
make sense because if you whisper into the radio, you don't want any loud noises, so you would also like to turn down the volume that comes in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. These are the knobs you can use that actually has a function on this radio. All right. We would now like to preset a channel manually. Does anybody know how to do it on this radio?
No.
Hit frequency.
No.
You switch the manual channel, hit the frequency button in your numpad, and enter it.
Yes, exactly. When you press the frequency button, the first will start blinking. We would like to have... Yeah?
I'm sorry, but I don't think you talked about the consec.
Say again?
I don't think you talked about the consec above the volume.
It's just for show.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, sorry.
Alright, what we'll do now, when everybody's pressed frequency, we'll try and do it on 36152. When you have all the numbers punched in, you press CTO, and now that channel is set to your new frequency that you've loaded in.
It gave me 000. Is it supposed to do that?
Same here.
36125?
Yeah, once I
Yes.
pressed CTO, it gave me like
Yeah.
it all became 0.
Yeah, under manual channel, yeah.
Oh,
I have it on mine.
I just caused a script error to hit on my side.
Oh wait, are
Alright.
we supposed to put it on manual channel?
Oh, here we go. I had to do it again.
36121.
Can you repeat all the steps, please?
36125.
Yeah, like you switch to manual, and then what do you do?
Oh, no, just take channel 1,
Okay.
and then frequency.
So
No,
you go
it's
0,
all
0,
and
0,
punch it
and
in.
do
Oh,
it again,
yeah,
it
it's-
works.
You all
They
get
work for me
0,
now.
0, 0?
Mine started working now. I forgot the first script error.
Yeah, you have to click in the first number once more, like so the 6 is blinking. You
It
understand?
just gave me it went to 6 on after the decimal. Instead of 125, it gave me 625.
Just try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the same.
Yeah, having the same issue.
Yeah,
It's still
probably.
giving me the issue.
I got it working.
Yeah, mine's working now too. Put it on channel 1, press frequency, and then enter 36125, press CTO, and it worked.
Exactly.
Fixed. I fixed it.
So we're not doing the manual switch?
No, you
No.
can do it exactly on 1 if you want it. That is, for example, yeah, just like any other radio. But if your commander says that your new platoon net is 36125, I also have an order that, in what order the different platoon nets is on my radio. So it would be 1, 2, 3 would be first, second, third platoon. Then it would be reserve net. Then it would be company net, and talk net, and so on and so on. Goes all the way up. So I have an order in my head as well. So I know that when I just grab my hand around the radio and switch it up, I know which one I'm on.
Looks like the manual one might be broken. That's what caused the script errors for me.
Yep. Same.
Okay.
It works for me if you press the 3 again. So frequency 36125, and then a 3 again. Does it work for you?
And then press CTO and then it works.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm good now on channel 1.
No, it doesn't work.
Can anybody hear me on this net?
5x5.
5x5.
Roger. Not getting it.
Nope.
Kirby.
Yep.
Yeah. I basically like since yesterday, every time I press the radio button, it doesn't do the beep. So I'm not sure if you can hear me. I just heard you, but I'm not sure if you can hear me.
You're trying to. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, great. It doesn't do the beep anymore for some reason.
Well, I've had that a
Global?
few times as well. I don't know why it does. No, he's not even on global, so it seems to work.
Alright, thanks.
Okay, this radio is quite simple. You now know how to switch the knobs, what they're for, and you can punch in a frequency. And that is basically what this radio can do. Very easy radio. Any questions to the 119?
Yeah, I got one question.
Yep.
So for the low, medium, high, and amplified thing, does it change the distance basically?
The low, medium, high is the same as we were in before, where we could set it to 5,000.
Oh, okay.
This only have these 3 stages because it's an older type radio, so they have this low, medium, and high preset where you can do it on.
Old school.
Yeah.
And so the mode and SQ things don't do anything, do they?
No. The models before this had a print card instead of a numpad, so you had to take the print card out every time you had to put in a new frequency and change little dials. That was horrible. Alright. Any further questions for the 119?
No, doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
Well, I couldn't get the frequency to change. No, I couldn't.
Are you using manual or channel 1?
Doesn't matter. I use channel 1, the 36152. I press CTO.
It's not 152. It's not 152.
It's
125.
125?
Yeah.
Yes. Fired.
That's right.
You got it now?
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. We're here to learn.
I have one question.
Yep.
Where is the volume?
Bottom right.
Yeah.
VOL. It's right next to the numpad.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Alright. If no further questions for this, we will be moving on to the next radio. We will drop the 119 in the crates again, then we'll grab a 1117F.
They should be in the large grey crates again.
At the very top.
No, this one.
I love this radio.
Only in the front.
Yes.
Sorry.
Too bad the little antenna is too long.
Or is a better radio with longer range.
Yeah.
But I got caught one time.
No,
So I
my
could feel my
favorite is
back.
we were
Where's the
Playing a
117s?
In the
gray
big
ones.
crate.
We were playing a mission with mortars and someone grabbed one of the
Oh,
red
the
and white aiming
frontmost.
poles.
Yeah.
And like ran
It's
off
not
with
there.
Morty's aiming pole down the road.
Is there nobody left?
The pole was like 15
Don't think
feet
there's
above
any
his
left.
head.
There are 18 left at the top.
I'm like, dude, you're gonna get us spotted by the enemy with this big ass
Oh,
pole
okay,
sticking out
fuck,
his
it was the
back.
first one. I can't believe I didn't see
Oh
it.
well.
Shit.
I like this radio. 117 is fun.
Everybody got a radio?
Phones again.
Yeah.
They're only in the large grey one, Bertrand.
And this one. And the very first.
There's this guy in AI right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David,
What the
Mr. McGregor.
Can we shoot him?
God damn it,
Alright.
David.
Now we all have a
Where did the AI come from?
Now we
Oh,
all
really?
have a PRC 1117 Foxtrot. This is the tip of the spear of the radios we have right now. Anybody who can tell me what the range of it is?
50,000.
20
No, 20,000.
kilometers.
20,000. My fault.
Who said 20 miles?
I said 20 clicks.
20 clicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25-ish. It's set to do 26, but I would believe that that is a total straight line with no hinders at all. So it is a radio that can reach very far, and therefore very good for what?
Company net.
AirNet.
RTOs.
Yep.
Well.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna switch over to the radio and bring up the display and have a look at it. The first thing you'll see is another radio that fills your whole screen, and the basic layout of the radio. The only thing you can use on this radio is the square where the numpad and the screen is in. You can turn around the PT, CT, and this knob, but it wouldn't do anything. In real life, it would do it's plain text, crypted text, and transmitted data, and all these kind of things this radio can. It's got a lot of fancy things in it.
Actually, put it on CLR.
It draws a face. That's so good.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, and if you put it to off and close it and open it again, the screen is blank. But I don't think it's actually off.
No. Alright. For the functions of the 1117F, we're going to go by them step by step. As the other radios, we have a number of presets. This radio has 100 as well as the 148. We have an option to cycle through them with the big, large tab that says pre and plus and minus. And from them, we can move up and down across the frequencies we have planned in. We're going to be starting at channel 1. Okay, the options we have for this this frequency would be to press 8. If you press 8, you will have select net, and then the preset is in there. When you have affirmed that this is the one you want, you press enter. Then you would come into a screen where it blinks. The first one will blink on is frequency. If you press on frequency, you will come into 000.000. Now we have an option to preset our channel as we want it. We're going to try again and punch in 36125. And how would we go about doing it on this one?
What is 0 first?
0 first.
Yes, 0 first. Always remember this. A lot of people get this confused, so I just punch it in and then press enter, and then they can't hear anyone. So remember to punch the 0 in first. Then we say 36, 1, 2, 5. When we have the one we want, we simply press enter. Now the channel has been switched to our own preset. 036.125. Again, if we try and press 8 and select the net, we're going to be going down to the power. You have the left and right arrows that you can use for this just above the preset tab. When it blinks over power, press enter. And now you have the exact same option as you have on the 148. You have the current output and the new output. This one can, instead of the 148 that has a max of 5,000, you can set it all the way up to 20,000.
Wow.
So there's a lot of power going out of this, and that of course shows in the length of how you can receive and transmit. If we just try and take it up to 20,000, and then the way we do it is we press enter, and then it takes us back to the first screen, and now that channel is set to 20,000. Always remember that it's only the preset you choose that gets changed. It's not the same as the 119, where it's all the channels when you set it to high. It's just the one you switch up to, it has the same output, but not on these. So if you are going about with having 2 nets, and you switch over to 2, and it's only 5,000, and the one is 20,000, and you can't hear anything on the lower output channel, then you have your answer right there.
Today I learned.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was different for each frequency.
Yep, that's a very important thing to remember, what the radios can do, and this is one of the functions where some people, they don't get it right. But that's why we're here, to let you know all these bugs and everything, so you can effectively use the radios to what they're really intended to do. It's nothing worse than being an RTO and you can't receive anything. We're lucky enough to don't have anything to worry about with batteries and all this, so it's these small things we have to learn in game.
What was the frequency again?
036125.
Thanks.
Would you mind going through how to set that again, please?
Yep, of course. I'm just gonna take mine back to the... Oh god.
I can go real quick if you want.
No, I'm there. I just pressed a lot of 5s. Alright,
Oh.
from the yeah, from the main menu, you press 8. It has a PGM program. You would select the net by pressing enter. From there on, you will go into frequency, the one that's blinking, press enter. And from there, you can select the frequency you want to put in. And for us, it's going to be the same, 036125. And that is easy for me to remember. That's my old platoon net.
What are these other options under program do?
They don't do anything.
No, if you go over to the CS, there you would just come into an empty screen. The same thing in data. The only thing you can change is the frequency and the power. It would be cool to do the names. Then RTO nerds could put in what the different channels are called. I used to do this on my 117. Then it would just say first platoon, second platoon.
That's cool.
I have a question.
Yep, fire away.
Okay, what's the advantage of changing frequencies? Why not just leave them default?
Yep, that was what we were talking. Was it Recondo?
Yeah.
Yep, we were talking about it before. If, for example, playing a TVT and the enemy gets a hold of your radio.
I see.
Yeah, the platoon commander could say, instead of going on the net and doing what every other platoon commander on the server does, just say 10 channels up. The enemy can hear that, of course. He would be able to say over the net that maybe even squad leaders form on me, and then from there on by voice saying we're all switching to 036125. Then you now have a preset that the enemy can listen into unless they are really lucky and guess that channel.
So there's not a thing factor for co-ops, but it's for TVT.
Yeah, very good for TVT. Co-ops are not so usable because, well, the AI don't listen in on our nets. Would be cool if they did, but unfortunately they don't.
If I can toss something in, another option for comm security is putting a code word. So if you say Kiwi, go up 3 channels, banana, go down 2. I've seen that used as well.
In a real ComSig order, I have one laying next to me. It's 17 pages long, and it has everything in it. So there's contingencies for everything that could possibly go on the radios. But again, we're fortunate not to have to deal with that. We're just here to use the radios as intended in game. Yep.
I got a question. If you change the frequency in like channel 5 and somebody else changes to the same frequency in channel 1, do they still hear each other if they have the same frequency?
Yes.
So in a TVT, if you call over the radio that you change to a frequency, can't the enemy just switch to the same frequency?
Yes, they
That's
can.
why you
That's
want
why
to have it predetermined.
Yeah.
No, you don't ever call frequencies over radio in a
Or
TVT
channels.
That's just basically like ComSec. Good platoon commander would have that predetermined.
What he meant was you go up to them in person and talk to them on direct by which frequency to go to. You don't say it over the radio.
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah, so if you're a squad leader and I just said come to me, I would go over to you and say we're switching to frequency 036125, and then you could change it on your radio, and then when we step off, we all are on the same, and the enemy can listen into it, because they don't know which one it is now.
Ah, okay.
But I'm sure I'm not the only one I haven't heard on the primary that just being said over the net, switch 10 channels up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they abuse the scripts that are used, so...
Yeah. So that basically don't make any sense because everybody could hear that, and if they already had a radio, the enemy, it will be kind of useless to say in that fashion. But yeah, exactly as Cargo says. Or was it? Yeah, Macaco, he said that this would be a contingency that would be planned ahead. A lot of the op orders we have don't, because it is a low priority thing for co-op and such. But in a TVT, a platoon leader might be as wise to do this, because it is very, very often that a radio gets taken and listened into. So it would be very easy for one, if I maybe had a suspicion that the enemy had a radio, I would be calling out the code word. It could be anything. Daffodil. Then we switch 15 channels up. That could be one of them. And there could also be already predetermined channels that could be there, maybe reserve channels and different stuff that could be in the op order from the start. All right. Any questions so far for the 1117F? Sounds good. All right, we just passed the nearly halfway, half an hour marker. Everybody just take 2-3 minutes, go to the bathroom and get some Coke. I know I am. And then we'll meet up here in 3 minutes again.
You have your Coke in your bathroom?
I don't have Coke.
Oh no, not in my bathroom.
It's on the mirror.
Heroin, but I guess you get Coke.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back in 3 mics.
So this AI is sitting here muttering to himself. It's the most creepy shit ever. He's been talking the entire fucking time. I don't even know. And he's pointing his gun at me too, which is also kind of unsettling. Go away, Dave. I don't want none.
So I have a question. How do racks work in BMPs?
What?
So to mount the rack, you just use Alt-Shift-Q to bring up the rack ace menu. And pretty much just puts a radio in your inventory. Not in your inventory, but it adds it almost like a radio in your inventory.
Do you know what radio that is?
Usually it's the 117 Foxtrot.
You can use the 148. Not sure which one. Both versions I believe you can mount in some vehicles, and most vehicles have their vehicle rack. It's only accessible mostly from either the driver's seat or a commander's seat, if any.
Yeah.
And it usually uses the 117 Foxtrot menu.
Well, in a Humvee, you can actually mount just about any radio, and then anybody in the Humvee can hear it if you turn that on. Hear it or use it, I think.
Yeah.
But it's the same process, just Alt-Shift-Q, and then instead of choosing one to use, you just mount it.
And one thing, if you play an old school mission where you have an RTO, you're a squaller, you want to transmit your own message instead of going through an RTO for whatever reason you have, you can go over to that person and press Alt-Shift-Q again, and if you stand right next to him and he has a backpack radio, that allows you to use it like you would an ordinary radio.
Yeah, we'll be going on to that afterwards. We'll get to
No,
all these
Makaku hit
fancy
off.
functions.
There's not AI, guys. Right there.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some water.
Okay.
I got the water and Nutella. What a great combo.
Ah.
No, my armor just froze.
You're still moving though.
Receiving a message, by the way.
Oh god, it's frozen.
Who can hear me on the 117? I can.
I can.
Yeah, lovely.
Hey buddy, you here?
Yes.
Hey, I need your help a little bit. Press Shift P. Actually, no, disregard that. Go to your map and click on your unit. Can you tell me the names who are in?
Yeah, Recondo, Halga, Mintific, and Santev.
Santev, oh, okay. Alright, thanks. That's gonna help me in the future.
Kirby just got kicked. And he's also not on TeamSpeak anymore.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
He probably has to be
No.
conscious. Okay, whoever is on 1-1 Delta, if you can remember, just please check your map, go to your top right corner, just stand there. Just tell me which unit you are. All of you guys in that unit.
I don't see anything.
Your map, and in your top right corner, it says your name, your rank, and a number. Like for me, it's 1-1 Bravo, for example.
Oh, so you want us to put it up there?
So I would be 11C1.
Yeah.
Roger.
Who's in 1-1 Delta?
1-1 Delta is the first one?
No, that's the fourth one.
Bertrand is.
I am in 1-1 Delta.
Okay, who's in your section? Go to units.
Bertrand, 2 AI guys, O'Neill.
Okay, thanks.
I think that was the one. Yeah, that was when I was in. My internet crashed in the back night.
Okay.
Wingless, I got my guys write it down.
Do weapons ever jam?
Yep.
You got
Encountered that.
Alpha and
Machine
Charlie,
guns.
right, Phoenix?
Let's see. Okay, so first one in 1-1 is Eisenberg, Mangoose, Tankman, Ashby. And then I got the other guys that are Buddy, Halch, Nientific, Recondo, and Santa. Excuse me if I spell something wrong.
Yeah, I got the rest, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, what was the 1-1 Delta's call sign?
That will be 4 something.
4?
4?
4.
We'll figure out this later.
Can I rejoin to see the markings on the map?
Go ahead.
Alright, gotta start up again. I'm just joining in.
No.
Okay. So many AI people.
Japanese ones as well.
Super crash.
Yep, and Dave is still talking to himself. Oh, now he's walking away.
You know what's funny? His name is Private McGregor, and he's Asian.
Lol.
There's another one over here. Actually, no. Makalko came back. I'm on.
Oh, you made him.
Makalko was AI for a couple minutes.
Can we shoot him?
Internet died.
No.
No, don't shoot the AI.
The base defense might kill us.
What you said about my mama?
Hey.
Alright, I'll be in 1 minute. Just started armor up, and then we will continue. Sorry about that. Alright, is everybody back?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Alright, sorry about that, but we will continue on. Okay, we have now gone through the radios. Oh shit, it's not doing it again, is it? No. Good again. Alright, we've gone through the radios that we will be expected to use when we're in RTO. We know the functions of the radios, so we can better function as the RTO. We have more knowledge of it than most people do. All these functions with frequency is not a known thing for everybody, so that's a good thing to know, even if you're just a squad leader. This can be very useful in your day-to-day plan on the server as well. Yep, as Wingless was talking about before, you can use the buddy system on the radio. Does anybody know how to use that?
Alt Shift Q.
Exactly. You go up to a guy that has a radio, press Alt Shift Q. No, sorry.
Yes, you're right.
Yep, Alt Shift Q.
I just used it on you.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that meant to be the interact key? Because I got mine rebound.
No, it's not the interact. It's Alt Shift Q. Wakando, get off my radio.
Yep. And when you press that, you get a little screen popping up in the center on the top. It says Acre Interact, and then it says use the radio. And as soon as you press it, you have now accessed the radio of the guy you're interacting with. So right now, when I'm speaking, you can all just go 2 and 2, test it out.
Hey, Marson, let me check on you.
Hey. Yeah, okay. I'll do. Oh.
Good.
Hey.
Hey, how do I use it? So I press
Alt
Alt
Shift
Shift Q.
Q. Yeah, like vehicle racks.
Sweet.
Oh.
Yep, exactly the same combination as vehicle racks.
Sweet.
This function, when could this be good to use?
When does it?
Oh,
When
you
you
sneaky
don't have a
bastard.
When what?
We need
Bird
to
train,
have
huh?
a radio.
It is very good if
Yeah, the
you
interesting thing about this is that the user can use it while radio is operated. So, only works one way, just like radio does.
But for example, if you are a squad leader or a platoon leader and you have an RTO and you have to get a message through urgent and it has to come from you, you would be able to go into the RTO's backpack and use his radio to send out that message, because it might even take too long to say it to the RTO to convert it into a language that he uses and send it out. That could take maybe 20-30 seconds if it's a slow person. So instead of that, you can just interact, use the radio, and in that way you can circumvent the RTO's voice and use him as a tool, as you would normally, but literally as a tool. And this might be useful in missions where the old missions, like Kingslayer's missions, are set over here, where it's signaleers, the thing goes through, and maybe the guy don't quite know how to say things, or a little bit unsure, then you can use this this function to get the message in yourself. Also a very good thing if you are an RTO and a squad leader or a platoon leader can't get a hold of someone, and he just keeps cursing and cursing and cursing. You have the option to let him know that you have a long range radio, that he can talk through that as well. Alright. Any questions for the buddy radio system?
Yes, I've got a question. When your, let's say, squad leader is unconscious and you want to get a message quickly, can you access his radio while he is unconscious?
Yes.
Yes, you would be able to do that.
Okay, thank you.
And that's a very good example as well, that to get the message through that he's down at the moment, instead of just running around, then you could actually do something to let the platoon leader know that your squad leader is down. Okay. Everybody on your feet. We will be moving over to the vehicles. Go see if you can get 2 guys on each vehicle.
everybody still on 063125?
Yep.
Yeah. Listen. Alright. When you have reached the vehicle, use the same interact as the one we just used, that is Alt-Shift-Q, and from here on you can access the radio inside the vehicles.
Hello.
Hey. Oh.
Alright, just go ahead and play with the radio inside of the Alt-Shift-Q rack radio.
We can only mount the 148?
As far as I know, you can mount just about anything. It just depends on what radio you have.
When everybody has tried the vehicle rack, move over to me. I'm standing to the east by the crates.
That's weird, I can only mount my 148. What about you?
I'm still trying. Yeah, only the 148.
Oh, right. That's weird.
That's what it means.
Because everybody else in your vehicle can listen to it as well.
Oh, we have the German Fuchs over here? No, it's not a Fuchs, it's a Wolf. Ooh, fancy.
Mercedes.
So Kirby wants us back.
Kirby.
Yep.
Within the vehicle, we only have like the option to mount the 148. Is that alright?
Is that the radio you have selected right now to speak on when you're standing here?
Nah, I have
No.
the 117.
Alright.
I couldn't mount mine either.
The 117,
The 148.
the text for the 117 is displayed, but you can't click it. It's like blacked out.
It's straight out.
Oh.
Who's that over there? No one. Alright, we're all back here again. So now you've used the same combination. No, there's still guys. I'm sorry.
Delta, get back to the
Gather
crates.
up over here
Okay.
when you have finished the vehicle rack.
Come on, guys.
Well, the 148 was to use it. The mount radio was to mount other radios.
Okay, now we're all here. Good. Now to some of the more important stuff. Now we know how the radios works, what we can do with the radios, and the basic functions of the radios. What do we need to do now as RTOs?
Learn how to speak through the radios?
Exactly. We must know how to communicate on the net. This is probably besides having a good radio, this is probably one of the more important things to learn as an RTO, or even someone using a radio, is how to be able to send your messages. Do we have a word or a combination of letters that can sum this up?
ABC,
ABC, exactly.
I think, yeah.
What does the A stand for?
Ammo casualty extras?
Accuracy.
No.
Accuracy.
I thought you meant
It's our
Ace.
ABC of communication.
Those is.
Yes, accuracy. Then we
B
have
for brevity.
B, brevity, exactly. And then we have C,
Clarity.
Clarity.
exactly. All these three things have to be considered when sending a message. Why does it need to do that?
So you don't clutter up the air waves.
Yes, there's nothing worse than a guy with a radio, and the only thing he wants to say is maybe, my squad is in position at grid, blah blah blah. And then he takes about 20 minutes because it's, I think that we might be over here because maybe at this grid and something. He clogs up the net and no one can use the radio. So therefore, ABC on every message you send How can we do that? What is the initial of every message we send on the net?
The call sign you are talking to.
Yes.
And if you are British, I think they say hello first.
Yeah, a lot of countries use that because it takes a split second for the channel to open up. Then they use when they hold the button down, they say hello 5, this is 4, to make sure that the initial message gets through. But the basic I want to bring forward here is that every sentence should be started with "Hey you, this is me." And "you" and "me" would of course be changed out with the prefixes that each squad has. So if I'm 1 and I want to talk to the platoon commander that is 6, I would say 6, this is 1, over. And the first signs of I won't say a bad RTO, but a lazy RTO would be just to 6-1. It's not the correct thing to use. It doesn't sound very professional in my opinion. So always get the correct radio procedures up. It makes everything go very smoothly. So, "Hey you, this is me."
Over.
Yeah, over. I was just reading what was in the bottom. But yeah, that's right, wings. Okay. Did I go out there?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. The same thing for when you're ending a message. When you've said 1, this is 6, move to grid, blah blah blah, over. This means that, as you all know, you've ended. There's nothing worse than sending a message and not saying anything, because that will maybe leave a 4 or 5 second gap for another one to dare open a new conversation because he's afraid of barging in on another conversation. So always use the initials and the exit to get your message through. Again, it all culminates in your message going up with ABC, fast and very precise, accuracy, brevity, and clarity. Okay, can someone mention some more pro words we use and what the meaning of them are?
Sit reps, lock stats, those type of stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking more about we have Roger, Wilco, copy.
Oh, okay.
Send, break.
Wait
and,
one.
Yeah.
Say
wait
again.
out. Say again, yeah. Acknowledged. All these are also used to make your message clear and concise. Is there anybody who feels that they don't have the necessary knowledge for these words? Alright, that will be tested later. Alright.
If I can make a quick comment, repeat is not the same as say again.
No, that's what we talked about before, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No,
Repeat is a term for artillery.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, never say repeat. Repeat's bad. And never
Say
use
again
over
is
and
the
out
right
in the
term.
same sentence.
Yeah, that's gay.
So never repeat, but say again. That is the correct term for... I was about to say repetition of the signal, but that will probably confuse it. But to get the received message one more time. Okay, so some of the more stuff that the RTO needs to know. When we get into a mission, what will be the... I would rather say what should be the first job of the RTO?
Get everyone check in.
Yes,
Establish
radio
radio
checks.
comms.
Radio checks, exactly. And the correct way to do this, so it's clear and concise, is all stations, this is 1-6, Romeo, radio check over. The call signs can of course vary, but then they're the ones I'm using now. Everybody would then check in accordingly. 1-1, loud and clear, over. 1-2, loud and clear, over. all these extra things people say, 5x5, Lima Charlie, and all these, are these correct?
Yep.
I believe 5x5 is
5
a
by
NATO
5.
thing for sure.
Yep. So if you receive a 5x5, it would be meaning that in a 5 scale, you have it 5x5. At the end, when you have all the signals in, it will be all call signs, 16 Romeo, loud and clear, out. Or 5x5, out.
May I say something?
What?
May I say something?
Yeah.
The 5x5 thingy, it's a old school thing used in US doctrine. They don't use it today.
Yeah.
Today we have a list of different pro words that say signal strength. The first part of the signal strength should be the strength of the signal, and the second should be the readability.
Yeah.
So I have a list there if you want me to go through it.
Well, do you have it in document?
I have it written in front of me, real life.
Alright. We'll continue on because at the start of the time and me jamming out my computer, we're a little bit behind.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. What is also required of the RTO? What can be required of the RTO?
Configuring his radio.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like on the radio messages and such.
Relaying messages.
Yep. Is there anything he could be relaying? I'm looking for some certain terms or word.
Like transport?
Or movement.
Fire mission.
Ace report, sit rep, lock stats. This is actually the RTO's job. As I was talking with the other guys before we came in. When I was in RTO, every 20 minutes I would call out to all squads for a lock stat, so that the platoon commander would always know that I had